In this video, we're going to be learning how you can shield a soccer ball properly. So shielding is one of the most important skills to have in the game. If you can't shield the ball properly, then the opponent can easily push you around and win the ball off you. So if you receive the ball in that tight situations with the opponent attacking at you and you don't have any options or your teammates or space to dribble into and you can't shield the ball, they're just going to push you around and you're going to lose the ball. So it's very, very important to be able to shield the soccer ball properly. Now I'm going to explain how you can shield the ball properly, and I'm also going to be explaining a simple drill that you can use to improve your shielding ability and your shielding skill. So shielding, like everything else, is a skill that can be developed with repetition and practice. For today's video, all you need is a soccer ball, 4 cones, and a partner to help you out. So let's get into it. So now that we know the importance of shielding a soccer ball, let's talk about the proper technique of shielding a soccer ball. So the first step of shielding the soccer ball is to get in between your opponent and the ball. A lot of people make the mistake of not getting in the way properly and they end up losing the ball. So getting in the way means being in between the ball and the opponent. So if the opponent is to my left here, I need to be in between. So right where I am right now, in between. So if the opponent is here, I need to be in between. A lot of people make the mistake of not being in the way properly. So they think that this is shielding a soccer ball. So this is not getting in the way. You need to get in the way. If you're here, you might think you're in the way, but the ball is too close to the opponent and they can get a toe on it. So what you have to do is to really get in the way and to keep the ball as furthest away from the opponent. Then they have 2 options, either to push you and foul you or to just let you keep the ball. So this is what happens when you get in the way. That's the first step. The second step is to get low. So you must get low because getting low helps you to have more balance. Again, a lot of people make the mistake of being here when they're shielding the ball and the opponent can easily push them around because they have no balance. So what you really have to understand is the next step is to get low, make sure your knees are bent and make sure that you're in a slightly squat position so you have more balance. The third step is to use your arm to protect yourself and the ball. So what's really, really important is, again, people make the mistake of not having their arm in a proper position when shielding. So when you're shielding that ball, you really need to get your arm up, and this helps you to protect yourself and the ball. If your arm is here, then it's too low and the opponent can easily push you. If your arm is too high, then you might get hurt. So your arm must be at a 90-degree angle in line with your shoulder. This is very important. Your arm must be in line with the shoulder. And this is one of the most important steps that you have to understand when shielding a soccer ball. The last and the final thing that I want to speak about when shielding a soccer ball, which is actually a common error that a lot of players make, is that they put their foot on top of the soccer ball when they're shielding. So this is the wrong way of shielding the soccer ball. And I'll tell you the reason. When you have one foot on top of the soccer ball, then you only have one foot on the ground, which means that you don't have enough balance and the opponent can easily push you off the ball. So this is very important that both feet must be on the ground when you're shielding the ball. So let's talk about the steps and let's have a quick recap. So the first step is to get in the way. Second step is to get low and have more balance. Third step is to get your arm up. Make sure it's in line with your shoulder. And the fourth step is to make sure your foot is not on top of the ball and your foot is on the ground. Now, I'm going to tell you a final step as well, the fifth step, which is a small tip that helps you to improve your shielding, and that is to always be aware of the opponent and the ball. So where the opponent is and the ball. This is very important when shielding. A lot of people, when they're shielding, they just look straight at the soccer ball. And what that does is that they don't know where the opponent is. And when the opponent starts to come around, they can't understand. And they end up with the opponent here and losing the ball. So you always have to be aware of where he is, feeling where he is, watching where he is, and watching where the ball is. So that once he starts to move his position around, you can stay in the way here. So now that we know how to shield a soccer ball, let's talk about the drill that I spoke about in the beginning of the video to help you improve your shielding. So to set up this drill, all you need is 4 cones and a partner to help you out. So You're going to place your 4 cones in a square shape 5 steps apart. And you and your partner both are going to need a soccer ball to play this game. So both of you are going to enter the square, and what you have to do is to protect your ball and at the same time kick your partner's ball out. So if you kick your partner's ball out, you're going to get a point, and if he kicks your ball out of the square, he's going to get a point as well. So 2 extra tips that I want to also mention that helps you to shield the ball better is make sure that when you're shielding your opponent, that your arm is on their chest. So when your arm is on their chest, it helps you to prevent them from getting close to the ball. And secondly, when you're shielding that ball, you can use one of the most important moves to get away from pressure. And that move is the Cruyff turn. So if you don't know what the Cruyff turn is, I definitely recommend to you that you check out my video that I spoke about the Cruyff turn, and I broke the move down step by step. But that move is a very, very effective move that you can use, especially when you're shielding the soccer ball. So there you go, guys. That's in my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. But other than that, have a great day. Make sure to enjoy the rest of your day.